Okay, so totally surreal experience that I had today. Um, it is roughly dinner time, right afterward, about 6 o'clock, and the little girl who about 2 nights before had gone out to dinner with her family and had totally overeaten, and then ended up throwing up. Um, she that was like okay. I'm sorry, I'm kind of scatterbrained right now. So that was 2 nights ago. So today, she's telling me how. Yeah, I'm sorry. No, it was yesterday. She was telling me how, um, like it's her first real experience being fully conscious of what's going on and actually like feeling sick and throwing up. Right? She's like, oh my gosh, I feel so much better. My tummy hurt so much at first, and then it didn't hurt anymore, and then I felt better. And, all this stuff. Right? So then today, I think she has a bug. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that she ate, like, overate the other day. But today she's eating dinner and she didn't eat much. And then she asks to be excused and she starts heading upstairs. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I have to go potty. And I was like, honey, there's one, like on the first floor, like, right next to you. And she's like, oh no. She's like, I think I'm going to throw up. And I was like, all right. So I pick her up and I take her into the bathroom. And she's kind of getting like that panicked, you could tell like her mouth was watering and like she was getting all like tense, and you could see her the way she was hunched over. She was like hunching over. She was like squeezing her stomach muscles really tight, and her arms were all shaking, her legs were all shaking. She was just really like kind of like bracing herself. And I was like, okay, no, listen, you're doing it wrong. I sat there, and here's the surreal part. I sat there, and the whole time I was like trying to coach this 5-year-old into how to more easily and effectively throw up. And not from, I wasn't like, hey, stick your fingers down your throat, I mean, of course not. But I was like, like she wasn't, at first she was standing and then she kneeled down on the floor. And I was like, don't kneel, stand up and bend over. And I was like, relax your tummy, and these aren't necessarily, it's not like I'm like sitting here giving you tips, right? Like these aren't necessarily things you do when you're actively trying to like make yourself throw up. It's a little different, but definitely don't be kneeling on the ground, and just, it makes it harder. And so then she wanted to brush her teeth after, and I was like, you can't brush your teeth after, you have to wash your mouth out with water and baking soda first, wait a little while, and then you can brush your teeth. And I was like, relax your tummy, don't push so hard. Like if you feel like you have to throw up, like open your mouth and breathe out, like stick your tongue out a little bit. You'll like just relax, like don't be so tense in it. And so I'm trying to like coach her through essentially what to do and how to like throw up and not have it be the most like like god awful experience, when you're a little kid especially, and you don't really understand why you're sick, you don't really know what's going on, you just know you don't feel well, but you don't know what to do about it, and like your body feels so out of control, and so like that in itself is frustrating and scary. And it's kind of like, at least for me, I know, I remember always feeling so out of control. I had no idea what my body was doing. I had no idea when I was going to actually be sick. I had no idea. And I just felt like I was waiting and waiting and waiting for something to happen. And, I mean, sure as shit, she finally did throw up, but, it was just a mouthful, tops. She really just had, like, a bad stomach ache. So then, she's sitting there in the bathroom for a while, and then she got up, and I was like, okay, go lay on the couch and lay on your left side. And, afterwards she felt so much better that she was like, why do I have to lay here? Why do I have to lay on my left side? Can't I lay on my right side? Can I go play? And she was better, and she was fine then. So, but I did make her like lay down and kind of calm down a bit, but, it was weird. It was one of the most surreal experiences ever. And actually, I had mentioned 2 days ago That's not true. It's Tuesday. Yesterday, I had mentioned when I saw her and she told me that she was sick the night before, and she said that she came home from the restaurant and she brushed her teeth, and her mom was standing there, and that's when I said, like, don't brush your teeth right away, wash your mouth out with baking soda and water. And she's kind of looked at me funny, and I was like, because all of the acid in your tummy that makes your food go through your tummy is really bad for your teeth. So if you wash your mouth out with baking soda, it makes all that acid go away in your mouth, and then it won't hurt your teeth, which was kind of the best way I knew to explain it to a 5-year-old. But then I'm sitting there and I'm kind of realizing, like, why would I know that information? And have I somehow given myself away? And now, like, this mom is kind of like on to my game, or have I shown the chink in my armor, as it were? And I might have. But all right, whatever. So, I don't know, but anyway, that was my point. It was just a weird, surreal. I'm trying to, like, help her out and comfort her and make sure that she was okay, and this wasn't going to be more difficult than she needed to be, while at the same time not trying to, like, promote anything. I didn't feel like I was, but, like, I didn't really want her to get the impression that this is like, oh, this is like the easy thing to do. Like, this is fine, because I know for a lot of people, like, their eating disorders, like, not that their eating disorders start young, but their disordered thought patterns start really young, and the need and the curiosity and fooling around with how much you eat and how you take food in, and then what you do with it. Starts really young sometimes. I was 8, she's 5. Like, that's not a huge stretch. So I didn't want to seem like I was, promoting anything. At the same time, I didn't want her to be in so much pain either. So anyway, there we go. That was my weird experience of the day. Not quite sure how I feel about all of that. Guess it was alright. I mean, I don't feel like I did anything wrong, but I do feel kind of strange about it. Like, and I don't know that I would have done anything differently. But I do feel strange that I was like, just the act of, like, almost giving her tips and just how to just be more okay with it kind of freaked me out. So I don't know. Alright. I have awesome therapist tomorrow. I also have 2-hour group tomorrow evening. Kind of this IOP substitute right now. We'll see how that goes. I'm nervous as hell. I can't keep anything down. But that's another video entirely. That was just something to say about my weird experience of the day. So, y'all have a good night.